Hello, HSC 440, Diane Russo again. And once again, I do have a non-student client, Dawn, here with me and have her consent to do this recording. So with that said, we're going to go ahead and get started with session 2 of HSC 440's class. Hi, Dawn. Welcome back.
Thank
you for coming. Please make yourself comfortable. Before we begin, I just wanted to go over confidentiality, which we glanced over on the contract last week, but we didn't verbally discuss. I wanted to make sure you were comfortable with it. Again, we're discussing things here that are personal to you. Just want to make sure that you're aware that everything is confidential. If I do write anything down, that too will remain confidential. The only time that I will have to verbally speak up is if I feel that you are in danger, anybody else is in danger by what you voiced in our meeting. So is that, want to make sure you're comfortable with that and understand what I say by that.
Yes.
Fantastic. Well, again, glad that you were able to communicate with me and scheduling, rescheduling. I know you had some up and down last week, but what I really want to focus on is something that, an important topic to you that you want to discuss in this next 15 minutes that we have together related to your health and wellness.
Focusing and finding time to do that extra true exercise.
Okay.
Getting my heart rate up for those minutes.
Understand. And in terms of focusing, what do you mean by that in regards to?
Making time. Figured out a time in my day that I set aside and don't vary.
Okay, so figuring out a time during your day in terms of planning. You mentioned last week that you like to have plans but are flexible with the set plan.
Yes.
Can you give an example that perhaps something that you set for yourself last week, that a way that it worked for you, in whether it's with the exercise or anything in general?
Set some of the goal of chores at home. Probably projects, cleaning closet out or whatever. And I might have said it one day, and then my husband said, we need to go furniture shopping. and I'm like, So I ended up giving up. Unfortunately, I gave up going to leaving the house yesterday, no church yesterday, and just focusing on getting some of the goals at the house I wanted to be done that day.
Okay, so you knew in your head that you needed, that was a goal of yours, was to get the chores done as your plan.
Right.
But little twists and turns of
Exactly.
shopping and everything.
Yeah, and if I leave the house, it seems like when I have something big planned at the house to do a project, I can't get focused to get back.
Okay.
Once I leave it and do errands or whatever, I come back and I can do something small, but big projects like closets or whatever, doing, a major house cleaning, I can't do once I've left the house for some reason.
Okay, so what do you think motivated you, that you originally had the plan to go clean your house, you got detoured a little bit. What do you think motivated you to go back yesterday and say, you know what, today's the day I'm going to meet this goal?
I think that probably I was just tired, I was just tired of it, of a big sty. The room, and I needed to clean out and just get under the bed and do things and wash all the linens, and there was just so much. It had just gotten to the point that I was like, okay, I have to set it by, but I don't know why there's some days I can't get it done.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't understand that about myself when I've been wanting to, and I grow anxious about getting it done, but why finally I can. I don't understand that about myself, or what the key is to get myself to that point where I don't sit there and stress about something until I finally can get it done. I don't.
Okay. Now, was there ever a time, whether it was last week or recent, that you did do something different and say, you know what, this is going to be my plan for tomorrow or whatever, and you stuck with it regardless of what was thrown at you because you either wrote it down or you told somebody or...
No, and that's what part of my, and I think part of it, I'm trying to think about, I'm really wondering, some of it I think is my ADD, because I've sat there and I did have days last week that I thought I could work on it, but I just did a little here, a little there, went from room to room and not stuck with a plan, and just did the day-to-day stuff and didn't get the projects done. And I don't, like I said, I don't understand with myself what makes me where I can. I was thinking about that yesterday. Why can I all of a sudden just lock it down. I think I feel guilty, honestly, if I'm not taking care of my daughter or my husband when they ask or want to do things, because I put them first before stuff, and then other things that I think of are important get put on the back burner.
Okay, so
that's really, I think it is. That's my distractions.
And you did mention last week that you were very empathetic and you put people ahead of yourself.
Yes.
So if you were to envision how your planning would be, what would be kind of your
I need to
desire?
Go back to, I think go back to my note card and have my balance of what I need to do, the three things, the three goals of my balance out of my 7, 3 things that you have to do every day. And no matter what time of day it is, be it the health or whatever it is, the goals, and then set the chore goals, 3 chore goals. Don't overwhelm myself with too much to do. Add if I can, but not,
And have those note cards worked for you in the past?
Yes, they did, because they were a really good reminder. And doing it the night before, the weekly planning. And I have a great planning calendar that I can whip out and start using, I have several, actually. I'm a collector of those kind of things. But to do the day-to-day basics, the cards, and do it the night before. Okay, so tomorrow, so I know what I'm doing, and things come up, and not planning too much or get overwhelmed, but maybe on the weekly goal have some of those other things that,
So weekly and daily goals,
yes,
and everything.
Yes.
Yes. And so we talked about what is your learning style, what works for you. And you were kind of the borderline of a auditory visual. So is there something else besides the note cards that have worked in the past that?
No, and I don't have it try. I mean, it's just kind of like I said, I just send, I just tell people, I just call myself spinning, because that's, having something to see. I'm also got the kind of personality, I feel if I haven't met some kind of goal that I wanted to do that day, I don't know, one of the tests I took sometime in the past, it says that, you don't feel good about yourself. And then it is myself. If I have not achieved some kind of goal, my self-esteem goes down for that. So that's why I think the 3 goal, they're doing the 6 goals, 3 for better balance and 3 for day-to-day whatevers, helps my self-esteem too.
And what would be some of those better balance?
Time for myself for fun, because that's something I really lack, making fun time. And then exercise. I'm trying to think on my other balance. Working my essential oils business, giving myself time to work on that and not putting in it, because that feels like something that's I'm not doing like I want to do, because I'm being pulled in other directions that they don't feel as important. Sticking to things that are important to me instead of what other people's are important to others. I think that's a big one right there when I think about it. I'm so empathetic. I go for what is important to other people and don't do what's important to me, and then I get lost. And I feel lost out of myself a lot.
Yeah, and I sense that you kind of have a feeling for an understanding of what your balance is between fun, family, fitness, as well as your personal likes with your side business.
Right.
And
because I don't feel like my faith part of it is not a problem, because I constantly am talking to God or praying or whatever it may be, and there's always a growth on that. And as far as for community, I feel like I do a lot for other people, so that's not a problem, But it's just these things to do with myself, and
Yeah, and you mentioned last week that you are doing your gratitudes each night.
Yes.
And everything. Now,
yes.
Are those in your head verbally done?
Yes.
Or, okay.
Yeah, because I've tried writing them down. Sometimes I can do that, but that's harder. But sometimes I can do that. And the gratitudes are for bad and good. I have to have something bad that happened and be grateful for it too. Be it I didn't finish something, be it whatever it might be, that's something that I didn't feel was good, I have to be grateful for also, because it's in part of the plan, and it's
and so
be grateful and have faith.
And those are things that we definitely need to look at from a healthy perspective. So I'm seeing what I'm hearing is a balance between, in terms of identifying ways to understand your desire to find time, and planning is not just writing down, but also things you can do in your head to kind of find that method that works best for you.
Right.
Now, as far as we covered some of the other things, how about is there anything that's coming up in the week that you are fully aware of that may distract you from your time management, or there might be a questionable, again, going back to...
Well, no, I was really excited when I thought about this yesterday because it is Girl Scout cookies are finished.
Yay! As much as we love them, but I know you...
Yeah, for mine, we every year we do less weeks of Girl Scout cookies. I've got to ship a couple off, but the furniture shopping is done. You know, I feel this week is going to be a good week because I don't feel like there is a ton of things to do. The usual activities for my daughter are there, but there's not all these other distractions. The usual things are after school are there, but I'm kind of excited. It's like maybe I can get some things done.
So it'd be a good week to kind of think about ways that will help you with your...
Right.
And also
to be able to figure out ways to adjust when these things come up, or, you know, overwhelming things that overtake time and energy and emotion. Yeah. Now,
in terms of your schedule and timing and planning, what is your ultimate end state? Like, what is your vision?
Oh, goodness.
With this?
My vision would be something that I had somebody that's in my business with me say that she'd finally gotten a coach to help with this, and it was the time management. Having a getting good with my time. That's not even proper English for an English teacher. Getting good. I'm getting good on this one. Yes, I want to be, for myself, to be much better with time management and know that I can manage things and balance them. That's an ultimate goal, because balancing all the different 7 areas, and that it would make myself feel a lot better if I could do that. Yeah, time management is just, you know, and I've heard it's not that, you know, that's way for a lot of people until you can say no to people and then put it in a schedule. You know, that scheduling is really, really important. And even that writing down part that's hard for me sometimes, that's still a very important, so that you see it and you stick to it.
Absolutely.
You're winging it just hasn't worked for 57 years.
Well, Dawn, I think that we've really come down to discovering what it is that what's going to be the true foundation through this coaching session. And would you agree that time management is it? And that is something that, like you said, it kind of covers all of the health and wellness from, if you have time management tasks, we can cover your stress.
Exactly. My balance. Yeah. Everything. Cause I could do the de-stressing, the fun. I said, that's what I miss out on. I've stopped baking. I've stopped doing crafts. I've stopped making things. Well, this weekend I did both of those things and felt better.
Yeah. And you completed your goal of cleaning the house on top of that.
It's exactly right.
Yeah. So definitely next week we'll kind of dive more into time management.
Yeah, I should bring my calendars and we can see.
Absolutely. So that way we can go week by week and see what we can work with. Now, are you okay with me jotting down, and we can use a dry erase, kind of brainstorm ideas that work for you as you tell me things? But otherwise, again, any notes that I take during in here will remain confidential. And if we make something that you want to take home with you in regards to moving forward from here with your goal of time management, we can definitely arrange that. But again, the confidentiality piece will remain confidential.
Yes.
But again, it was a great session working with you.
Thank you. I feel better. It's nice to set goals.
Fantastic. And we'll work towards breaking down how to incorporate that in your life. And next week, does Monday morning work for you again?
Yes.
Fantastic. Now, forms of communication. I know we did a little bit of texting back and forth, phone calls, texting, email. What's your preferred method for communication? If there's anything I need from you, or
probably the texting. Email, yeah, you can do any of them. They're fine, and I'll answer. But the texting seems like that I can kind of.
Okay, perfect. And again, for
reflect
me,
back with it too. You know, I can go back and say, "Oh yeah, this is what we said," or whatever.
Fantastic, perfect. And then again, for me, my goal is always to reach back to you within a 24-hour period to if there's any change in schedules or anything. But again, you're always welcome to reach out to me with any ideas. So thanks again. I'll see you next Monday.
Okie dokie.